Welcome to the simple do-it-yourself loving part of my natural hair care routine. I've been using clay mask on my hair for 8 years now. Can you imagine? So since my second big job in spring 2015, I'm on this journey and would always favor clay mask over other clarifying solutions. Now let me say this for the back seats who can't hear me clearly. If you don't like what you see and hear, you're free to follow others with my hair texture, not using what I use, because this is my hair journey. You can change what I prefer, and it's not your hair and scalp but mine. And I don't care what your hairstylist is telling you for your hair, and I didn't ask you to decide what's best for my hair. Do what works for your hair. I've happily incorporated clay mask with my modified version of the maximum hydration method into my hair routine, and nothing will change that. You can cry, shout, call the moon and show your licenses. I simply don't care. I will always display the sources I've learned about tight, curly afro hair, which is the internet. Yes, nobody told you to not wash your hair. People are sharing their routines here, and if you are walking around with dehydrated hair, prone to breakage hair, it's time to switch your brain cells. What can I change? Now, sorry for this rant, but it's super annoying and exhausting when you see basically black people, black women arguing with each other what's better, and they are better, they are coming from the major resources, they have hairstylists telling them what to do. It's nice, but not everyone wants this. We all have to be respectful with each other, because there's no one way to do hair. So now let's go back to clay. Yes, I'm clarifying my hair. It's made with bentonite clay, apple cider vinegar, glycerin, and essential oils. It doesn't contain oils or any other conditioning agents and butters, because I just shampooed my hair with a lather of once and want my hair strands to be clarified without additional coatings. Some use clay mask before shampoo, but I don't see the effectiveness of it when your hair strands are coated with too much buildup. That's why I love doing treatments on clean hair strands, be it bond treatments, be it deep conditioning treatments, be it protein treatments. So this clay mask is not what I would use on a regular basis of once a week, because it's a treatment for me. The other ways I use clay mask as an extra conditioning treatment will be explained in a different video. Now, what are the benefits of apple cider vinegar, for example? Apple cider vinegar helps bringing down the high pH of bentonite clay. Bentonite clay, when mixed with water only, has a pH of around 8 to 8.5. That way I can make sure that my hair cuticles aren't lifted too widely and my hair doesn't feel rough from highly raised cuticle scales. So if you in the past have tried out many clay masks and you only used water, this could be the reason why your hair is always feeling dry. Apple cider vinegar is also powerful in lifting lime buildup away. Here in Germany, I suffer from very hard water. If you don't regularly clean the sinks, you'll notice white buildup. Same when you heat things up or you let the water boil for a long time. You will see white lime crystals. Now imagine what's been coating your hair and skin from time to time. If you don't own hard water filters and your shampoos don't contain good amounts of citric acid, vitamin C, apple cider vinegar or other types of vinegars, or chelating agents like EDTA, it will be hard to lift those hard water minerals from your hair. How often you do these clarifying detox and chelating treatments depends on the buildup you have. Why do I add glycerin? I add it for extra moisture, which makes the mask less absorbent. I'm not a heavy styling product user, and I'm also very well aware of the formulations I'm putting inside my hair. So there aren't too heavy buildup containing ingredients coating them. A few drops of essential oils just to make the stinking smell of apple cider vinegar bearable. Some people are allergic to essential oils, so if you can't handle it, leave them out. If you don't like apple cider vinegar, you could also make a water solution with citric acid and later add it gradually to the bentonite clay and water mix until you've reached the desired pH. For any do-it-yourself mask you do at home, always have pH paper with you. This will help you monitor the final desired pH of your hair and scalp. Depending which source you read, they tell skin and scalp has a pH between 4.5 and 5.5. I usually opt for a pH around 5, which lifts my cuticles a bit but stays scalp and skin friendly. Hair and skin don't have the same pH. Hair has a pH somewhere between 3.5 and 3.7 and possibly a bit higher. So make sure whatever you're using after any hair cleanse to close and seal back your cuticles, which can only happen if the conditioners, leave-ins, gels, foams and other styling products you use are acidic enough. It's all about finding balance, which leads to having less issues with moisture retention and hair breakage. Why do I use bentonite clay? I use it because of its swelling, cleansing and stripping effects here. And I use other clay powders for a more mild cleanse or extra conditioning purposes. Bentonite clay is named after a place called Fort Benton in Wyoming, USA. It's also called Montmorillonite clay, where it's sourced in France, and it's also called healing clay in other parts of the world. In German, we also call it Heilerde, which means healing earth. It helps in removing toxins and heavy metals from the body, skin and hair. So yes, there's also a healing clay people can consume. If you're from West Africa and certainly also other countries of the continent, I'm sure you know what clay cubes and sticks I'm talking about. How does it work? It doesn't only draw oils from the hair. Hair strands have negative charges. Bentonite clay has a negative surface charge, so both can't really bond with each other. But once bentonite clay comes in contact with liquids, it swells and thickens up a lot and has the power to bind toxins, metals, fungus, bacteria and other pollutants like a magnet because of their positive charges. Or in other words, bentonite clay absorbs, which means it attracts positively charged molecules and binds them to its large outer surface. And then it also absorbs those molecules, which means it's drawn into the inside of the clay particles and then washed away. Interesting to know is that there aren't many hair-related studies yet, but clay taken orally and also applied on skin has been studied a lot. Now, what about styling products and conditioner residues? Yep, if you understand now, you realize some of them have positive charges. Depending on the purpose, they are included in the formulation to bind to hair strands, like for example, cationic surfactants. Cationic means positive charge, so clay particles will be able to also remove those coatings from your hair strands. This is the product buildup we often talk about, which is of course beneficial for hair because it forms a protective layer. But the more of these styling products and conditioners you use on a frequent basis without washing them out effectively before a new layer is coating your hair, it will kind of lead to strong buildup issues in the long run. This is just me thinking out loud, but I strongly believe some ingredients in hair product formulations are not giving us tight curly heads the right balance of charges in hair. Maybe too many positive charge ingredients which are giving you more frizz than curl clumping effects. I'm not a hair chemist, but would love to know if all hair strands are equally charged, or do straight, wavy, curly, and the coiliest hair textures maybe have less or high amounts of negative charges? Whenever I apply clay mask, I make sure to cover my entire hair strands and not just the surface. Everything should be coated, including my scalp. I've seen others waiting until the mask hardens on them, but I would not recommend this, since your hair can break if you're not mindful. So I either treat it like a treatment mask and cover my hair to let it sit for some time, or I let it sit for 5 to 10 minutes and use the warm steam of the shower so my hair strands don't dry out. How do I rinse my hair? Just warm water while I run my fingers through my hair and scalp. The result is some sort of buttery, soft and very defined hair. And that's it actually. This is how I clarify my hair with alternative cleansers when I don't use commercial shampoos for a deep cleanse. If you're interested, okay, how do I clarify my hair with shampoos? I don't start with my staple shampoos, but use chelating shampoos like the Olaplex No. 4C. Shampoo right away. I would shampoo twice and let it sit up to 5 minutes in the first lather. Then I do a quick second lather, rinse, and then follow up with either a deep conditioning mask or a moisturizing conditioner. And that's it actually. Easy peasy hair. Didn't take me 5 to 6 or 7 or 24 hours. In the next video, I will show you how I condition my hair. Thank you so much for watching, and click on subscribe and like. We will soon reach the 1000 mountain race mark. Bye bye.